maybe I should start this take with asking you, you know what the Elam ending is, don't you?
The Elam ending.
Yeah. Or how they're obviously playing to a target score in the NBA All-Star game, which is
Oh,
based
right,
on the Elam ending.
right. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay. Um, I guess I was obviously it's All-Star weekend, and tomorrow's game is going to be played in the final quarter to a target score. And we've had a few fairly exciting endings, I guess, to the All-Star game, with this new format. Look, I'm not against this format. Okay, I think that's the first thing I want to sort of really make sure that I'm stating here. I'm not against this format. I think it does have some merit and does create exciting endings to games in that sort of sense. And there's different strategies you would apply, um, to achieve this result. But my take here is that there's nothing wrong with the current format either. At the end of the day, uh, many sports, especially team sports, are played to a clock. And when the clock winds down, your team's either close or it's not. And depending on the scoreline, if you're close, there's probably certain strategies you take into account and you play within the rules of the game to try to assist you in getting the result that you want, which is a win. And I guess in the NBA, that might be intentional fouling, okay, or running the clock down. And that's part of the game. And for everyone that complains about that, I think, I don't know. I don't know why you're complaining.
So I'm trying to get your take here. Are you against the All-Star format that's new,
I'm
or are
I'm
you
just I'm
against it
just
spreading?
I'm just saying that I don't think it needs to be implemented on a greater level. Okay, so look, sure, it's good in the All Star game, but there's obviously talk that maybe it might replace the NBA game one day. That maybe the last quarter, or I don't know how they would implement it. Obviously, that's an area for the NBA front office to think about if and they ever were to change the rules to play the game to a target score, to change it into a target score at the end of the game or last quarter, how they would implement that. But I'm saying there's no need to even think about that.
Well, this is similar to 3v3, right? Like this is the whole premise of 3v3. So I think it has some merit to have it. I don't think you'd want to see it in regular season or playoffs. I think the only way it could sneak into the NBA structure would be if a mid-season tournament occurred, right? So that would be where it'd be short, sharp competitiveness to get that going. But I think another thing that's probably underrated about the Elam ending is that the target has to typically be relatively small. If the target was 50, for example, I think you still run the risk of having blowouts. But I think no one's going to disagree. It's been very impactful for changing the All Star competitiveness, right? So the Rising Star format, I actually think we might see that trickle into the NBA All Star format moving forward. I reckon that we could have split it into four teams, um, because I think that short, sharp, the drafting of the teams that has some merit as well. Um, but yeah, no, I don't think anyone would want to see this in the NBA Finals, for example.
I guess maybe just to really expand on this take though, I don't know about you, and we've talked about rules at points as well in the past, and you've been quite against fouling. I guess I think your opinion is that fouling is not a part of the game. You're unskilled if you're fouling. Yeah, you should a pure basketball game should be played that players are so skilled that they don't actually commit a foul and you just go up and down and you score a bucket and I don't know, you never make any contact. Um, and I guess in part that's I guess fouling. Obviously, you have to foul to lead to free throws. Free throws obviously stop the clock. Free throws are arguably, and I don't agree with this, okay, but arguably many people say the boring part of the game. Oh my God, they're shooting lots of free throws in the last few minutes of the game. That last 60 seconds, they're shooting 10 free throws. I don't know, okay, all right. But that's the part where, how many times do we not complain when a player goes up there and misses a free throw, chokes at the line, and suddenly that 2 points that was supposedly so boring and easy to get turned into 1 point or no points, and suddenly the whole outcome of the game changed. And you would lose that obviously by changing the format of the game and how it's played.
I feel like I need to defend myself on the fouling thing. I'm against the fouls being a lazy resort of defense, e.g., you've just missed an offensive rebound, or you've missed a leak out, or someone's beaten you off the dribble, and then you foul them as that. I'm anti that. Okay. I'm not anti, we're running out of time. We need to do something to stop the clock. That's slightly different to what I'm referencing
So
when
you're
it
saying
comes to being anti-fouls.
is that an acceptable foul?
It has its merit in the tactics. So here's a rule pitch, right? Could the shot clock be slightly quicker, right?
Shorter or quicker? Like you
Or,
can't make time run quicker. What do you mean shorter?
sorry, as in, how would I put it? What I'm thinking is that you've got 24 seconds to get the ball up the court, right? Or
Yeah.
the 8 seconds in the backcourt, but then it
Yep.
automatically sets to 16, irrelevant of when you cross the half court. So let's say it takes you 4 seconds to get the ball over the court, then it's actually a 20-second possession because it goes straight to 16. So you only ever have 16 seconds in the half court or the front court to do what you need to do.
What would be the point of that? Everyone's shooting percentage would be going
Speed up the
down,
game.
right?
Speed up the game. No, I think
You just made a suggestion that actually had no
yeah, and
merit
that's
to the
fine. And that's
suggestion.
fine.
What's the suggestion?
When when have my good suggestions actually had impact, right? I can't bat 100. Okay, it's just how it goes.
We're
I'd
gonna
say if I had
short.
to think of another rule, if I had to think of another rule, it would be when you inbound the ball, your team shot clock starts, irrelevant if you touch it, because that doesn't make sense why the game clock can run, but your team possession doesn't when your team inbounded the ball. That's an odd one.
Yeah, you can
I
bring
get
that
it
one.
from a tactical standpoint, but that's an odd rule.
Okay, you can bring that up in a hot take. I feel that one's one you could bring up in a hot take, and we can touch upon it. But I just
All
want
right,
to be
I'll
clear here.
write
You
it down
you
for a
just
future
made a
week.
rules change suggestion to shorten the
Yeah,
shot clock to 16 seconds because it would speed up the game. Is that what you're saying?
yeah, but it's a bad take, so we can move on. We don't have to dwell.
Yo, this is Two Guys with Spare Time. I'm Faz, this is Nick. You're probably a basketball fan like us, so hopefully you can throw us an assist and giving our video a like and subscribing to our channel.
And if you got thoughts, feelings, or even some suggestions, please put them down in the comment section below. And thank you for using your spare time to watch us in our spare time.